You guys look better. How are you? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
How are you? Do you have any updates for us?
On?
Players' availability?
I sure do. Thanks for asking. Woods will be questionable. Hawkins will be questionable. Landry will be questionable. And Diggs will be questionable. You want to follow that up, Karen? It didn't really feel like a fair leadoff question.
Yeah, no, I'll follow up. Kyle Duggar played a good majority of the game last week, and I was just wondering what you saw from him coming in and having his role expanded.
Yeah, ready to go. Taking advantage of his opportunity. Continue to work hard and improve on some things, and hopefully we can use his length and he can find a way to tip a pass, break it up, and continue to work and tackle and blitz and all the things that we ask him to do. So he was ready for his opportunity, and I know that all those guys will be ready to go Sunday.
You guys were quick to sign Thomas Odukoya, I believe. What did you like about him?
Well, obviously we try to, there's a small list of the international players that you can work with and during the season, right, to be able to practice and understand, and again the development of that. And Thomas has been with us when we were in Tennessee. He's continued to improve. He's a great teammate. He practices extremely hard. He's improved. Was a very good blocker, but has improved just his overall body control and ability to run routes for a wide tight end. It's not like some receiving tight end, but he knows what his role is. He contributes on special teams. He's gotten better, and we just weren't able to get him before. He would go back there, and that was his prerogative. And so hopefully he can continue to improve and be a valuable member here with the international program and be ready like everybody else on the practice squad to prepare as a starter.
So he could be elevated from the international program?
Well, I think you have to sign him. I think that there are some things that relate to that. We would have to manage the roster and, sign him and do some different things. That he doesn't have the same elevation rules that the other players have, I think. But we would, obviously cross that bridge and, talk about those things.
Mike, I apologize if you've been asked this earlier in the week.
You don't have to apologize.
The process of preparing for a rookie quarterback like Cam Ward, even though he hasn't shown his potential, we know what he can do from his college days. How do you do it with limited film?
Well, he's shown his potential. There's like a lot of young players, maybe he's not as consistent, or there's been some contested catches that maybe haven't gone their way. But I mean, he's clearly shown his potential. His arm talent. The ability to avoid and continue to get outside the pocket when he has to. There's a fearlessness, and you need that when you're, talking about playing quarterback in this league. So again, I don't think he doesn't look very rattled, but there's plenty of quality throws in there, and whether they were caught or contested or dropped, that's still. You could still watch the tape and see that they were, throws that were, accurate. It just didn't end up being catches.
Zach Core mentioned that the defense has done pretty well on 3rd and 3+. They struggled a bit on 1st and 2nd down. I'm curious what you see as the disparity between the early down execution and the late down execution.
And where?
Oh, for the defense, they've been
for
good.
Our defense or Tennessee?
Sorry, the Patriots defense. Yes.
The Patriots defense. I think. We just have to be able to limit and contest early down. We have to affect the quarterback on early downs and continue to stop the run. And, I think that we can, if we can get them into 3rd and longer yardages, I think that for a lot of teams, those short yardage situations are tough. But, we just have to find ways to continue to affect the quarterback on early downs, mixed coverages. But I agree with you. It's not something that we're overlooking. But I think the balance of limited X plays and some of those probably may contribute to some of those numbers. But we know that in this league that you have to be able to affect the quarterback, turn the football over, and be able to stop the run.
Imagine if Steph isn't ready to go or limited, you still have a very high level of confidence in the rest of the guys in every season.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, I think they've all shown that when given opportunities, that they've all made plays and all contribute. So, yeah. I mean, again, everybody here, we have a high level of confidence in to be able to do their job. And, that room is understanding that the ball is going to go to the person that's open first in the progression, and it gets mixed around, and the quarterback ultimately has the deciding factor. He's the one that has the football, and but it's good to see that guys are taking advantage of their opportunities when they come, not getting frustrated when it doesn't. It's a long season, and I know that the touches and the touchdowns and the explosive plays, I think, will balance itself out.
Mike, in the short time we've gotten to know Harold Landry, he comes off as, a very tough guy mentally and physically, even within the NFL kind of spectrum. What have you come to appreciate about him in that regard?
Well, I mean, I've been with Harold for a long time, and I've watched him grow. I've watched him get married. I've watched him have kids. I've watched his kids grow up. I've watched them play baseball, and then they got football now, and he's got a great family. There's a good balance to what he does, and his family is important to him, which I appreciate. When he's here, he works, and he comes in early, and he's diligent, and he works. And when he goes home, he appreciates his family. He's a professional. You don't have to track him down. You don't have to worry that he's going to be in the weight room or in treatment. He's versatile. He's done a lot for us in Tennessee, and now doing that here. So again, he's been a good addition to this football team.
Mike, there's a guy that you coached in Tennessee who's in his 16th season and has played, I think, 239 games. You've got a long snapper, a job that is often taken for granted on the outside, who's in his 6th game. How do you last as long as Morgan Cox has having coached him?
You snap them straight. That's what you do. You can't miss there. You can't miss the. Morgan is he can relate, and he can have a conversation with everybody on that locker room, or everybody in the coaching staff. The people, the support staff is important to Morgan. He makes sure that they're recognized and taken care of. And whether you're a D lineman or you're an offensive lineman, a young player, you could talk to a guy like Morgan Cox. So again, he's done his job really well, very consistent. Another guy that values his family and values the football team. He's knowledgeable. I mean, he could be an excellent special teams coach. He's very, very knowledgeable on scheme, return scheme, punt rush scheme. I mean, he's really like another coach. He is as a coach.
You said a couple of times you really like Kyrus Tonga as a person. What specifically do you appreciate about his football journey or in working with him so far?
He shows up, he works, doesn't say a whole lot, plays hard, practices, has improved his technique, some condition, worked very hard in the off season. Been, I would say, another one of those really good additions to the football team. And so always got a smile on his face. And, it was fun going back and watching his BYU highlight film. He's a little bigger and his hair was dyed blonde. And so we had some good laughs on that last week.
Mike, with Jeffrey Simmons, how has your experience, how are you helping maybe the offensive line kind of prepare for him?
Play style. Jeffrey's, an excellent player. Great play demeanor, plays physical, has multiple moves and techniques. And so, I can't do anything physically to recreate what he would do. Try to just show him as much tape and try to explain to him how he's going to play and the style, and, do everything that we can to hopefully not allow him to affect the play.
Mike, I don't know if you had any expectations about this coming into the year, but the camaraderie of this team, is that exceeded or met?
I don't know. I don't have anything to judge it by. I don't. I just know that I want them to enjoy coming to work. I want them to enjoy where they do it at, who they do it with. We're lucky and fortunate to be in this position. I think there's a fine line between having fun and working and being focused and being ready to lock in. I have to be able to manage that and make sure that doesn't cross over. And I hope that they enjoy each other. I mean, we're together a lot. We're together. They're together a lot. They're the ones that are on the field that do it together in a unit. And so, again, we always say that the closer that you become with somebody, the easier it is for you to hold them accountable.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good Friday.